Pakistan seems to be trending not because of their performances, but rather the lack of it. The country is already facing the ire of their own fans over the ICC Champions Trophy that they are scheduled to host this month and the way that's been handled. And now it's the turn of their football federation to let their own players and their fans down too. Football's governing body, FIFA, has suspended the Pakistan Football Federation, or the PFF, over governance issues. What the ban means is that Pakistan's teams, both national and domestic sides, won't be able to participate in any international tournament. So no AFC Asian Cup, no World Cup qualifiers, not even the Asian Champions League. And everyone else were in fact quick enough to respond just as FIFA handed out that ban. The Asian Football Confederation, or the AFC, struck Pakistan off from the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers schedule. So basically, the PFF is now non-existent to the football world until the governing body agrees to restore their status. They need to be convinced that the Pakistan board is cognizant of their objections and make the necessary changes that is required to regain their playing status. That's a massive blow for any sporting body across the world. Now, before this ban, Pakistan was already languishing, reeling at 198th in the world out of 210 registered governing bodies. In such a situation, any team needs more tournaments to play in, more international exposure to become more competitive and relevant in the sport. But this ban means any scope of that happening is pretty much zero now. And the shocking part is this is not the first time the PFF has been suspended by FIFA. They faced a similar setback in 2017 and 2021. And over similar charges, third-party interference. Getting suspended a third time in 7 years, that's preposterous, Pakistan. Surely any governing body would have learned from their mistakes at least by now. Apparently not. The newly elected members are apparently not interested in agreeing to FIFA's proposals even at this stage.
FIFA wants to make some amendments to the PFF constitution to bring it in line with international standards. In the recent efforts, the majority of the newly elected PFF Congress members have not agreed to FIFA's proposals.
Football doesn't work like cricket. In cricket, the interior minister of the country is running the board. That, unfortunately, cannot happen in football. But Pakistan refuses to budge, impacting the sportspersons, the sporting culture of the country. And it isn't just football that seems to be bearing the brunt of a system that is clearly mismanaged. Hockey, where Pakistan have been world beaters. Last year, Pakistan hockey got a rude awakening when 3 of their top players fled the country to seek asylum in Europe. Reason? PHF is struggling financially and not even paying their players allowances or salaries, or even providing them proper facilities to train in. Players were pushed to the event that they felt seeking a political asylum would be the better option than living in Pakistan and fighting on. When the Pakistan Hockey Federation, or the PHF of course, found out about it, the players were banned and the government notified. The PHF even agreed that such incidents would make it difficult for Pakistan to even secure visas for future tournaments. But the same took place in a sport like boxing. Zohaib Rashid went missing in Italy last year after stealing money from his teammate's bag. This was during an Olympic qualifier, something that's happened at the Birmingham Commonwealth Games too in 2022 with some more boxers fleeing. Clearly, these athletes do not want to continue living in Pakistan and playing for Pakistan to represent their own country on the world stage. The reason is simple: lack of infrastructure, improper backing, and the uncertainty that comes with being a sports person in Pakistan.
We do not have any international level training facility in Pakistan. While in India, you have a lot of international academies across several cities. So, Pakistan does not really have a strong sporting culture, and the majority of the sporting scene is dominated by cricket.
This is a badminton player who's represented Pakistan at the Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, and has been their best female representative in the sport. Her statement highlights how even the star players are being treated in the country. Take Olympic gold medalist Arshad Nadeem, for example, the country's biggest sporting hero. The first individual Olympic gold medalist is the result of perseverance, talent, and his own will to fight and survive. The cash prizes started flooding in, government support started coming in only after Nadeem struggled and made the impossible possible, defeating tournament favourite, the Olympic favourite, India's Neeraj Chopra. So clearly, if you want to make it big and you're a Pakistani sportsperson, you just have to do it on your own. Some of the biggest countries the world over are putting sports first by fighting for the rights to host Olympics, of building their sporting infrastructure, trying to earn more creds by hosting international tournaments. Of course, none of these countries is Pakistan. Sports is not a priority and sportspersons rank much lower in that list, a pattern that is in desperate need of change.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we've put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbours were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi. Divyan.
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion, 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.